If you've been following the channel, you know that I recently had an accident on my bike where I broke my collarbone and I had to go in for an operation where they had to align the bone for proper healing to take place. The operation went well and now I was on the road to recovery, 6 weeks at home. In this clip you can see me struggling to put on a t-shirt the morning after the operation. I had to learn to do normal everyday things without the use of my left arm. Getting dressed on my own was one of the tasks that I struggled with for the first week. It's weird the amount of things that you struggle with one arm out of business. So, I'm just going to take you through my recovery thus far. I've been doing a lot of walks with my kids or with the dogs, trying to get out of the house and getting some exercise done with some sun on my face. I've had time to play some games lately, not that I'm a big gamer. To tell you the truth, since the birth of my first child, my game console doesn't get switched on anymore. I'm also looking at different editing software for the future, trying to get a crash course on YouTube. Due to the accident, my helmet is no longer safe to use, so I ordered a new one and it got delivered the other day. So I had some fun unboxing. This helmet is more mountain bike specific than the last one. Just before I had my accident, I got a new toy, which I haven't had time to play with yet. Now I have some more time available, if the weather will allow it. I have one of those cheaper magnet resistance trainers that you can put your bike on, but I had to take off the mountain bike tire in the rear and fit a slick road tire for noise reduction. You see, those little knobs on the mountain bike tire causes a lot of noise that gets old really quickly. So this is how I have my bike set up, with my phone showing some Netflix on a tripod. This meant that I could start getting in some saddle time again, obviously trying to keep my shoulder as still as possible. But my brother was kind enough to borrow me his Wahoo smart trainer, which will allow me to use some training apps for a virtual and more accurate riding experience. So I'll be checking out some of those virtual training apps as well. Throughout the weeks, I experienced all kinds of new situations. In the second week, I felt really good, and this caused me to be a lot more active than I probably should have been. I started doing small tasks around the house. I helped out with the kids when it came to bath time or getting them dressed in the morning before school. I started driving again. So I went for a checkup after the second week. The orthopedic surgeon basically told me that I was being too busy, that I needed to chill out a lot more. He did say that I could start taking off the sling, that I didn't have to wear it as much anymore, but as often as I can, for as long as I can, because at the end of the day, the longer you keep it still and stationary, the quicker and more efficient the healing is going to be. And he was obviously concerned of the screws, that they would work themselves loose if I was too active with my shoulder. This of course added a lot more to the frustration. He basically told me that the most strain that I was allowed to put on my shoulder was to pick up a cup of coffee. But hopefully I'll be returning to work soon, and hopefully shortly after that I'll be able to be more active. I'm in week number 5 of my recovery after the operation. Next week I have to go in for an x-ray, and then after that I have an appointment on Thursday to go see the orthopedic surgeon, and then we'll have an assessment and see how the healing and recovery has been. My wound has healed up nicely. I now have a nice scar as a reminder of what could and actually did go wrong. So that's the update, 5 weeks later. And I can still feel the shoulder is a little uncomfortable, but I'll check in again after a couple of weeks and I'll let you know how it's going. I'd like to give a huge thanks for all the support. I've had a lot of messages and people calling me and just checking in with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. Bye.